Hello. Hello, Cecile. Hi, Vera.
Hello.
All right. Hi, Vera. Now Jeremy's coming in. The good old team, the good old Zoom team showing up. I was cold today and I'm still kind of cold, but this might be a bit too much. Been cold all day. Is it anyone else or is it just me? I'm feeling like a fireplace and hot chocolate. Just maybe not the right. That's my feeling right now. Oh, well. Bit of snow outside. Anyway, I know. Hi, Katie. How's it going? Can't hear you. I know.
Happy to see everyone else agrees that it is cold now.
Thank you. Yeah, look at me. I'm like, I'm trying to put on the hoodie, trying to put everything on here. No, I actually swear this morning, I even had, I was teaching and I had my bathrobe wrapped around my legs because I was so cold. I just couldn't stop shivering. So weird. I was just cold all day. But I just came out and I was like, I couldn't bring my whole blanket. So, since you all only see the top, I managed to wrap myself in this warm blanket on the bottom.
It's
Anyway.
a weird combination. It's nice and cold, but there's also a fire. So our cars are covered in ash.
Actually, that's true. You're down south. Oh, your sound is bad again, Jeremy.
Oh no. Okay.
Yeah. That's true. You're down in the fire. My niece was evacuated.
There's more fires?
Yeah, my niece lives in Irvine in Orange County, and she was evacuated yesterday.
There's fires down there?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're down in. Did you say Long Beach? Where are you? I think you're way down there. Yeah.
Long Beach.
So are you okay? Like your area?
Yes. Irvine is where the fire is. So it's about 30 minutes away.
Yeah. So yes, my sister, my niece lives in Irvine, which my only memory, she's only been there for a year, and we visited her around Christmas last time, and it seems like the most industrialized area. So when I heard fires, I'm like, how can Irvine be burning? How far is it from mountains and stuff? And I guess, all of LA is surrounded by hills and stuff. So I guess even Irvine can burn, although it just seems like massive amounts of just buildings in there. My only experience of Irvine is just buildings after buildings and apartments after apartments, but I guess they can burn too. And I'm sorry you're getting the ashes then, Jeremy. So I don't know what's happening to your sound again, whatever magic it was that you managed to figure out. It's okay. I love speaking with you, but we'll just ask you to only ask essential questions until you figure it out. It was something about the sound on one of your things, or
I might have gone in through VDI. I might bug out of the meeting and come back.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
So today I was teaching a 3-hour class starting at 9 a.m. and I actually connected early, or tried to connect early, because I had to open some things that I was going to show them as a sample. And lo and behold, no internet. And it's like 10 minutes trying to make internet work. So finally, I didn't know, I couldn't see, it was a non-credit class, and non-credit classes don't use their pipeline email, all that. Not that all credit students do constantly check it, but at least that's what they use. But I couldn't email them to say I can't get on. They were just waiting and waiting and waiting, and I'm here desperate. So finally I got a hotspot fired up, and I connected, and I ran the whole class on the hotspot, and it was horrible. I had one computer at a time. Everything was buzzy, and anyway, as soon as the class was over, internet was back again. Yay!
Of course.
Of course. So anyway, right now I'm on good internet. Okay, so Jeremy is going to pop back in when he reconnects.
Do you want to make me a co-host?
Oh, just in case, yeah.
Make it easier for me to
let's do
pop
that.
people in and out.
Yeah, in fact, I ended up making a student a co-host today so that I could pop in and out and check my Wi-Fi, my internet, and They're like, oh, co-host, relax, do nothing, just hang in.
Just
be the
exist.
co-host, just exist so that the whole connection doesn't disconnect. That's all you need to do. Anyway, all right. So today is the basically the in-between day between
got 'em.
extra credits and Jeremy and Cole. Today is just the in-between completing extra credits, which I gave you guys 2 weeks to do. So some of you have already finished them, but some of you, I'm looking, hold on, I'm posting. 1 second, I need to say okay to that and replace, okay. I'm creating my PDF to post. So Jeremy, wanna talk, see how you're doing?
Is that better?
Much better.
Yay.
Perfect. Oh, there's my hands way over here. Yay, much better. I gotta do everything in front of the camera. My camera's there, so I have to look at it, talk to you guys, but your faces are there, so it's kind of weird. I have to talk.
Put a
not
little
looking at you.
like face next to the camera so
I'll
you can
put
just talk to the
I'll
face.
put the camera in the middle, and then now it looks like I'm talking to you guys, but then I'm hiding you all with my camera, so it's kind of fake anyway. So forget that. Anyway, so today is not much for me to do other than support you guys, because you have extra credits that are due next week that I assigned you. So I gave you 2 weeks for them. Quite a few of you completed them. There was a problem with the Excel module 2 that you guys couldn't get reports, and I went in and fixed that. So if anyone needed that, you can, like, if you're waiting to get the highest grade, the reports are available since I think yesterday. But over the weekend, I got the request, but I just wasn't online over the weekend. Anyway, I'll tell you later what I was doing online if it's appropriate. But all weekend, but basically I was hands-on building and creating and stuff. And so I did not come to my computer. So anyway, nothing was urgent because it's got 2 weeks. So I fixed it yesterday. So if you need, I have a moth coming into my, yesterday it was a gnat or a fly. Now it's a moth. Oh. Morning. But today the module 10 opened up with the midterms. Did anyone already take it perchance? Just because you guys are always up ahead of the game?
I was going to ask you if you can open them already.
Oh,
It said October 28th at midnight.
because
Yeah.
yeah, today's the actual officially weeks start on Wednesday morning, and
Yeah.
that's how the modules are set up. But I usually try to open them earlier, but I forgot. I thought that I opened the module last week so everyone could I had already opened that module.
Yeah. I tried to go on to the exams and it wouldn't let me.
Oh, I opened the module, but
You
the
didn't open the
exam,
exam. Yeah.
the exam is not that I can't, I would have to go all the way into SAM and change the exact, that's true. The exam is set to open tonight at midnight. So the module is open, the link is open. I opened my side, but unless I go in and, if I go in and change that, and it changed for everything. So yeah, sorry, you'll have to wait until tomorrow to
wait
start
till
on the
tomorrow.
exam. Sorry about that. I guess I could in the end let people into the exam a bit sooner, but yeah, I have this way of teaching that's different than the rest of the 101 courses, because usually I'm face-to-face, and so I change certain things. But in my class, normally people have 1 day, they come and sit in the classroom and they have 90 minutes to do each exam. So I'm already reducing their chances. But now that everyone has a whole week, I would feel weird giving my class more days to do the exam than others. I feel like since it's online, I have to be on par with the other exams. So I'm not going to change that. I'm going to let it open tomorrow. Okay. So that you have a whole week to take it. I think that's pretty good. And for those of you who haven't yet tackled your extra credits, if you want to, you'll have a whole nother week to complete them. There wasn't anything strange in the extra credits themselves, right? I mean, my other class has an assignment that people are having issues with, but here it was just about the reports not opening, right? The end of module assignments that I gave you are supposed to be, well, are much simpler even than the SAM, so they should be faster to do and less intense, even though I graded them the same. Any feedback on that? I know that some of you did them already. Are they all okay? No problems?
They were.
I didn't have any problems. I did realize that I like Excel more than Word.
Me too. Same here.
Cecile's been so happy about Excel.
Yes, I actually used it already in one of my reports.
Oh, cool. By the way, in my PowerPoint class, I check in on students and see how they're doing and what they're beginning to apply their skills for. And yeah, people are telling me how they're already creating, PowerPoints for their classes. So I'm glad to know you're doing Excel for your classes. And once we get to PowerPoint's our last, it's our last assignment. So hopefully you'll learn how to use it by the time you can do final projects for classes and stuff like that. So that's cool. Anyone else who is finding a practical use for their Word or Excel by now? Just Cecile, you're the one. All right, so hopefully the rest of you will see the light one of these days and we'll have a way to apply it. Okay, I'm gonna run through the very quick PowerPoint just because I'm not connected on this computer yet. I can, but basically it's a reminder of what's due in case anyone does not remember and in case one of the people who don't come watch the video. So yeah, it's just me sharing my other screen.
So ready to let that person in. It's for it.
You're like, someone's coming. No, it's just me. It's me coming.
I feel like a dog that like heard someone knock on a door or like on the table or something, like, oh, someone's here. Oh, where?
I know.
Oh, you're
'Cause
that person
we-
too. I'm the one also who lets everybody else into the meetings.
Oh yeah.
I'm that person who's assigned for that for my meetings.
Oh, how cool. Well, yeah, we are, this is the only class that I have an assistant, Katie. For the rest, I teach ridiculous amounts of hours of Zoom every day. And it's always me. So I've just become tuned in to hear a little ding ding and I just go admit, ding, admit, ding, admit, It's a little ringing bell.
Pavlov's.
Yeah, Pavlov. As long as I don't start drooling like dogs do, that'll be
Exactly.
good. All right, so basically these are your assignments that are due next week at this point. You've had them since last week. No questions about them. You all said it, everything is fine. The second one, end of module 2, now has reports available. Since you all have 10 tries at them, if you want to, I didn't check on grades, but my request was that when you're done with them, to let me know. Now, people might mean that means that I go and transfer your grades the moment you let me know, but no, as people let me know, I put you on a list and then I'm going to go in and transfer all the grades at once. I'm not going to be transferring the grades the moment you tell me you're done, because people are telling me along this week, people told me at different times of the day and of the week they were done. So I'm waiting until Tuesday, November 3rd, when the last chance to turn them in will be. I'm sending out reminders to people who aren't doing them because those are usually the ones who need them actually. And then the last day, all the people who have waited and waited are going to finally turn them in. And then I'm going to go in and transfer all the grades. Okay. So don't, just because you told me you've done them, I know you've done them, but I haven't transferred grades yet. If one of these days I'm totally bored and have nothing to do, I will go and transfer some, but I highly doubt that'll happen. Given that I can barely breathe with how much work I have ahead of me lately. So I don't know. They scheduled me incorrectly this session, and normally a full schedule is a certain amount of hours, and they set me up for an entire non-credit full schedule and then 8 units of credit. So I'm teaching like every minute of my breathing day, and I have another job.
Wow.
And it's they do this thing called an exception, which is an overload exception, which in my 24 years of teaching, it's the first time I've had it. But I swear, you guys, I live, eat, and breathe Zoom and classes. So no, I'm probably not going to correct them or transfer the grades until the last minute, which is what this slide says. So I will transfer them all at once. Okay. Midterms open, I said today, but you're right. They're not really opening today, huh? I should correct that. They're opening tonight.
Yep.
Or let me just write October 28 tonight,
Oh,
and they are due by next week. So you have an entire week to do them. The exams are not going to be timed, but once you open them, you cannot close them. Because the moment you close them, your exam is done. So remember never to hit submit until you're done with every single question. In particular, now that there's no time limit, even the few people who in my class take more than 90 minutes, which there's always maybe one person who takes more than, or not takes more, but about that time. At that's only had one time ever that I told someone, okay, we're really done, and you have to hit submit. No one else should ever hit submit. 30 questions for Word, 20 for Excel, questions like the apply. You all know this, but I want you to know that it's okay to use anything you need in order to get this done correctly,
Excuse me,
especially your
Diana.
book. Yes.
I was doing the training for module 2 and I sent you that email.
Yeah, you said the last one didn't open.
Yeah, I tried today and I had the same thing. But then I
Mhm.
tried on my MacBook and I didn't have a problem.
What were you trying on first?
The PC.
That's interesting. So she sent me a message saying that the last question of the Word module 2, right?
hmm
Um,
It wouldn't move from question 22 to 23, right?
it just says corrupt or something like that, can't
Yeah.
use.
So I'm kinda
And that's a
nervous about the
Cengage,
test.
that's a Cengage training question thing.
Yeah.
And so I said, we'll
Yeah.
go check with Cengage, but then now what you're saying is that then you tried it with your MacBook and it worked. So that is really bizarre. I haven't had anyone else tell me it's not working, but that doesn't mean much because maybe people had not gotten to point, 23 yet. If they hadn't done it, normally when it's nearer to the date, then when people all start doing it, someone else might tell me that. But now that you said it didn't work on your PC, but it did work on your Mac, when you were on the PC, did you do it inside of
No,
VDI?
no.
No, you were just doing it on your own.
Mhm.
Have you heard anything like that yet, Katie, from any student telling you? She sent me a screenshot. It just basically says, I don't remember, corrupt or something like that, like she cannot. So my answer was Cengage is the only one who can deal with that. Well, as
Mhm.
long as you saw it, that's good. If I hear it from someone else, I sent the question along. I forward the question to the Cengage people who want to know if there's troubles, but they never, I just told her they don't get back on those kind of things urgently unless it's like an exam on applying. But when it's questions about their stuff not working, they want to know, but they don't do much about it that I know of. So
Well, I'll touch base with them tomorrow and see if they can help me out because my concern is that during the test time, what's going to happen?
yeah, no, that's a good valid point. That if that same thing wasn't just the trainings problem, which now it isn't because it worked on the Mac, then was it a problem with your PC? Because yes, the exam is going to run exactly like the training. So that's a good point, Vera. I'm glad you're thinking ahead more than me. So I gave her the cell phone for Cengage. If anyone, not the cell phone, the tech support number for Cengage. When I'm done with this PowerPoint, I'll put that number up in the tech I'll put it up in the actually I can do it with this computer on the chat. No, I can't do it in this computer because I don't have the numbers on this computer. So I'll have to wait until I get back to my other computer when I'm done with this showing you, and then I'll give you the numbers for Cengage tech support. They're open 24/7 for
Oh,
better or
really?
for worse. For better or for worse, Cengage truly does have a 24/7, any time of day or night that you're trying to do your assignments and something's not happening, you can call them. They're not going to help you with the assignments like, Katie or whatever, but they help you with things not working with Cengage, like you're trying to get to the assignment and it's not working, or in
Okay.
this case, the training isn't operating. And then they actually ask you to share their screen with them, not through Zoom, but through another system. And they actually see it if it needs to be. So in that sense, they are pretty thorough, but that's nothing I can fix, nothing I can even try to get onto Cengage with, because they need to see the thing that's not working, which
Okay.
is on your computer, right? So thank you for pointing that out, and thank you for thinking ahead that this is going to work like your exam. So if your trainings don't work well, maybe your exam won't work well. So you should
Yeah,
get
that's my fear.
get some.
Yeah.
You're right.
Okay. I'll touch base with them tonight then.
Okay, cool. All right, and so over here it says, ask us for help if your SAM is not working correctly. This is what I say usually when you're in person in class. But if you are doing your exam and something's happening to it, and so you try to connect with us at that point, maybe it's Tuesday at 10 a.m. and I'm teaching or whatever, this is a little bit harder to, in the middle of your exam, ask us for help, right? Because we're not there. So if anything goes wrong in the exam, this is my warning to you guys, if for any reason the exam suddenly crashes, doesn't work, has one of those correct, do as many screenshots as you can of that moment and then connect with us. Because if you just, if any old person who hasn't been doing their assignments much and whatever, and suddenly goes, oh, my exam stopped working, I might tend to look at that with a bit more suspicion and might request some screenshots. Versus someone who's been really dedicatedly working hard and knows everything, and then suddenly their exam closes down. I would be very clear that it's probably what's happening. But I'm going to request from everyone to show me what's happening to see if I can help out. I have not done online exams. My course is always in person. It's the other classes. So let me ask Katie, since you've been more part of the support, are you aware when the other classes do their exam, does there tend to be many people who have problems with the exams that they need help? Do you know?
Not that I know of. I'm on mute. I should not be on mute.
No, you're fine.
Okay. They don't usually come to us for the exams. Usually they
They would
email the
probably
teachers
bill
on
the
that one.
teachers. So I should check in with,
Yeah.
I'll check in with Jen
Mhm.
because the teachers of the online courses would be the ones who can tell me if they usually have a lot. So if so, I'll keep my ears and eyes open this whole week for your guys' help calls. But I've never heard anything different. But in person, when we do the exam in person, there's always one or two people who suddenly hit submit. That tends to be the problem. And they go, oh, and so we have to go and help them. But we're there seeing it and we can reset it. Now this year, resetting things through SAM has been way more complicated. And I do hope no one has to have that happen, because resetting, I've had one student, Madison, who is still trying to do the Windows exam. And I've dealt with 3 hours of tech support to try to get her to try and do it. So I do hope no one hits submit so that it doesn't happen with anyone here. Please don't hit submit. Finish all your stuff. And then when you're done, turn it off. I also recommend that if you have fluctuations in your power, like in your internet, or you know that a lot of people are on at a certain time, wait and do your exam when the least amount of people in your house is trying to do it. That way there'll be less possible problems with the internet. Okay. Here are the trainings. Basically the trainings for module 1 and 2 of each one of the programs are the ones to study. And next week, we are going to start with Access. So when we meet next week, be ready for an actual full-on, here's what Access is about lecture. So that lecture will be one to listen to. And if you want to keep practicing, you can practice on the midterm practice exams. You can practice on, hopefully you've been practicing on trying to do them with only 3 clicks. That's my best thing I can tell you, is once you've learned to do it with the trainings, then do this as many times as you want and you should do great. So that's my entire, hold on. It's not letting me escape. Okay, so that's my entire thing that I have to tell you. Do you guys have questions? Do you want to practice things? Do you want to? Here I'm telling you how cold I was, and then suddenly I'm getting warm. I was so cold that I closed all the windows, and now suddenly I'm needing to open up again. Questions? Echo, echo, echo. Nothing. Okay. Shochil, I don't see you, but I know that you're there. So hi. And
Hello.
hi. So yeah, up and at 'em, just keep working. This was an easy one. If anyone here, I don't think any of you guys, there was 2 people and it's none of you guys at the very beginning, like this person with the exam that couldn't do it. It's none of you. If I need to reset assignments for people because they had problems with it, like, you know, that you couldn't do it because of problems, let me know. This would be a good week to do them because there's not much to do, but all right. If nothing else, then I don't know. Go and be happy. Walk around the block, walk the dog. I don't know.
Good night, everybody.
Good luck.
Bye, you guys. Nice seeing your
Bye.
smiling. Nice seeing your smiling faces.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Have a good
Bye.
night.
Katie, hang on for a sec. But everyone else, you can hang on if you want to chat. Other than that, go have fun. Go work.
Watch the Dodgers. Bye.
Oh, that's true.
They
I
were
am-
down by 1 last I checked.
Yeah, so I did forget to say
Recording?
one thing. Oh, thank you. I did forget that next November 3rd, I'm asking people to come to the I'm going to keep recording to finish this in case someone to come to the lecture. And it's also the night we're all going to be looking at the polls, but you know, not at 5:30. At 5:30 we will know nothing. So it's okay. Because it's election day.
We'll all be here together.
Commiserating or celebrating, let's find out, right? And
Yep.
we don't know what that means for anyone. All right.